Hello everyone, my dear followers. Today I want to welcome you to a new chapter of What If Naruto Had the Rinnegan and Fell in Love with TAYUYA. Remember, if you want more chapters, just smash that like and subscribe button. Enjoy.
Chapter 4 Chunin Exam. After their business with the Hokage, Zabuza and Haku stayed behind to discuss their position in Konoha. The great and badass Kakashi, forever immortalized as that damn scarecrow in his student's mind, informed the three cute little genins about the upcoming Chunin exam. Unfortunately, it seems that because of their mission to Nami, they just barely made it in time for the exam. The exam was tomorrow. He told them. Their reactions varied. A face full of shock from Sakura, eyes full of anticipation from Sasuke, a lifted eyebrow from Naruto. After that he dismissed them, informing them that they may choose whether they will come or not. He hoped they will. After all, Chunin exam made a good betting event. With Naruto and Sasuke around, he would be the richest jonin. About Sakura, he cannot deny she has made some progress. However, compared to the two prodigies, he did not even think about whether they would pass or not. After all, they are his cute little students. Anything less than Jinchuriki in the exam is no trouble. What are the chances of a Jinchuriki joining the exam now? Nothing can possibly go wrong. Hatake Kakashi would learn to regret his thoughts. Uzumaki Naruto and his teammates stared at the forms the damned scarecrow gave. He observed his two teammates. The past 2 weeks with them had been pleasant. If he passed the exam, he would be separated from them. Not that he cared. However, he doubted that he could find teammates such as them. They provided adequate supports. That is the only reason he is worried. It is certainly not because he is worried about their feelings. Nodding to himself, he opened his mouth and asked the two. He knew their answer. Shall we join the exam or not? Sasuke definitely was not expecting the silent member of the team to ask that question. True that Uzumaki showed more emotion and talked more after they became a team, but he rarely started a conversation. Even if he did, it was to ask for a spar or training. He thought about the question for a moment. When they became a team, Uzumaki declared that he would pass the Chunin exam alone. And now, the same boy just asked them something that went against his declaration. Some part of him feel proud that Uzumaki decided that Haruno and he are good enough to be his teammates. Though he would never say it outright, he recognized that Uzumaki is stronger than him in some aspects. Haruno too surpassed both Uzumaki and him in medical knowledge and chakra control. He smirked. Do you even need to ask? Sakura looked at her teammates. They both seemed confident. Naruto's question caught her off guard. The old him would never ask that question. Sakura smiled. The one-eyed bastard's lesson came to her mind. In the ninja world, those who break the rules are trash, that's true, but those who abandon their comrades are worse than trash. Sensei, I think we are beginning to understand that now. When Sasuke gave his answer, Sakura smiled. She nodded. Whatever trouble they might face, they will face it together. Because they are a team. And those who abandon their teammates are worse than trash. Naruto sat at the roof of his house. A team. He muttered. An image of him, his teammates and Kakashi flashed in his mind. Friends. Orochimaru's proud smile as he mastered a jutsu came to his mind. Followed by the image of Team 7 returning from their mission to Nami. Naruto stared at the moon. He did not know why, but staring at the moon always calmed him down. The moon have always felt familiar. I should go train. Naruto began to stand. Suddenly he narrowed his eyes and threw a kunai. Come out. I know you are there. He honestly doubted anyone would appear. When someone did appear, his eyes widened marginally in shock. Kukuku, it has been quite a long time, hasn't it, Naruto-kun? The shadow asked. Sasuke and Sakura stood in front of the academy. They were waiting for Naruto. As more and more genins entered the academy, they grew worried. It was unlike Naruto to be late at anything. Did something happen to him? My apologies, for being late. A familiar voice sounded and they both turned their heads to the direction of said voice. There stood Naruto with white shirt, black jacket and black pants. What's with the change of clothes? Sakura asked. Usually her teammate would wear white shirt, orange jacket and orange pants. He claimed that they provide excellent stealth training. Sakura thought he just liked the color. There is no reason to limit myself this time. No matter what the test is. No matter who the opponent is. I will crush them without holding back. Sasuke and Sakura understood. Naruto once told his team that the orange clothes he wore was made by his godfather, Jiraiya of the Sannin. It was covered with weight seals. His teammates followed his example and began to wear weighted clothing after that. In this exam, Naruto released his weights from the start. Sasuke smirked, "You are serious. There is no benefit in holding back in this exam," Naruto stated coldly. Sakura shook her head, smiling, "Let's go, there's no more reason to stand around here." Naruto and Sasuke nodded. Together they entered the academy. Team 7 stood before Kakashi. "I'm glad all of you decided to come. If any one of you is missing, I would send the others back." "This is a team exam after all," Kakashi informed them cheerfully. Team 7 Genins just stared blankly. "Did something happen?" Kakashi asked curiously. "When we entered, we saw a group of people making a scene in front of a room covered in genjutsu. We just ignored them. Probably some kind of genins trying to trick academy kids," Sakura informed Kakashi. Kakashi's sweat dropped. "That was supposed to be an additional test for genins. After that, I was challenged by a strange creature," Sasuke continued. Kakashi blinked. "Strange creature?" he asked, looking at Naruto, hoping for additional description. "A green being with strange hair and massive eyebrows," Naruto described the strange creature. Kakashi's eye widened in recognition. "It seems that the rumored cloning of Mato Guy is a truth. This cannot be allowed to happen. If left alone, his cute little genins could be infected by the shudder flames of youth." The strange creature was fast enough to defeat Sasuke's speed. "We decided to keep Sharingan secret until the right time and so we allowed it to leave with its victory," Naruto stated. "Good decision," Kakashi approved their strategy. His mind flashed to when Sasuke activated his Sharingan. Naruto laying down on the bridge with body full of needles. Sasuke stared at the body in shock. "And then?" he asked. And then? Was that a stutter he heard from Naruto? An even stranger creature appeared. Sasuke continued. "It seems to be a larger version of the first unidentified creature. They did something that caused a genjutsu." Kakashi winced in sympathy. Sakura's face was pale as ghost. "We tried everything, Kakashi-sensei, but it wouldn't go away." Sakura's stare turned vacant. "Team, I congratulate you for surviving a meeting with Mato Guy and his mini-me. Let this be a lesson to you that eccentric people such as them could be stronger than you, more like stranger." Sasuke muttered. "Well." Kakashi clapped his hand, "Go into the exam room and make me proud." The team turned serious and nodded. They entered the room. When they entered, all the occupants turned and glared at them. Sakura clenched her fist as some of the genins turned their head away as if dismissing them. Naruto grabbed her hand. She looked at him. He stared back blankly. She relaxed her hand. "Hey! Sakura!" Ino called the pink-haired Kunoichi. Naruto narrowed his eyes. Sakura recognized that as a sign of him being annoyed. "Don't reveal my name to other villages' genins," Sakura whispered to Ino. Ino had the decency to look sheepish. "Sorry. Didn't mean to do that." As more of their former classmates gathered, Naruto stepped back and hid in the shadow. He scanned the genins in the room. He found 4 people staring at him. Danger. A Kumo Kunoichi with blonde hair and black eyes. A cat. A Suna shinobi with red hair and kanji of love on his forehead. A raccoon. A Taki Kunoichi, or was it shinobi, with green hair and red eyes. A bug. A Kiri shinobi with black hair that covered one of his eye. A slug. He closed his eyes, wondering why the 4 shinobi seems familiar. He decided not to dwell in that thought. In the end, they are fellow competitors. One way or another, he would have to defeat them. Defeat. Kill. He remembered his first kill. On the bridge. The bridge where he killed Gato. After killing the man, Uzumaki Naruto decided one thing. He disliked killing. It is not because killing is wrong. He knew that killing is a necessity in shinobi life. However, it solves no problem. Even after the disgusting man was killed, Nami did not miraculously fix itself. Nor did the people who died resurrect themselves. Killing is mostly useless. And he hated doing useless things. "If I do not have to do it, then I will not," he muttered. Then his eyes grew cold. "If I have to do it, then I will." He turned his head to his graduating group. They are talking with a silver-haired man with glasses. The man took out a card with his picture on it. He approached them. The man, Yakushi Kabuto, as he introduced himself, took out the card Inuzuka requested. Information about Uzumaki Naruto. Sasuke scowled. He moved to take the card away, but then he saw Uzumaki approaching. He decided to watch. Here it is. Uzumaki Naruto, Yakushi began, but the card was taken away. Naruto stared at the card. Then at the man. Then back at the card. Impressive information. Certainly a man such as you is not a mere genin, Uzumaki stated in what Sasuke recognized as shinobi tone. Unfortunately, I have failed this exam 7 times. Yakushi stated while fixing his glasses. Is that so? Uzumaki stared at him. Then it seems that I have underestimated the Chunins in Konoha. Yakushi said nothing while smiling. Sasuke noticed that the genins have become quiet when they saw Uzumaki. He could not blame them. Just several weeks ago, Uzumaki was a giant enigma who never spoke to anyone. And now, he conversed calmly with a stranger, albeit rather coldly. May I have your name? Uzumaki asked. Yakushi Kabuto, Yakushi answered. Very well. Good day, Yakushi-senpai. Do keep my information to yourself. Uzumaki returned the card to the man. You are giving this back to me? Yakushi asked with one eyebrow raised. Destroying it will serve me no benefit. You can easily create a duplicate. And I do not believe a man such as you will keep only one copy of such information. Sasuke had to admit he did not think that. No way that Yakushi only have one copy of the card. Very well, Naruto-san, I accept your request. Have someone raised your curiosity? Yakushi asked, his smile became even wider. Except you, there are 4. Perhaps you are able to guess them? Uzumaki answered with a cold smile. Yakushi said nothing. He handed Uzumaki 4 cards. Uzumaki looked at each one of them. Then he turned to Yakushi. It seems that there is a snake within the tree. Uzumaki stated in a low voice. I suppose it matters not. The storm is a friend of the great snake after all. Yakushi fixed his glasses again while smiling. Sasuke thought about it for a while. Then he decided to let it be. If it's something important, Uzumaki will tell them anyway. No reason to be curious. Everybody has secrets. Uzumaki Naruto stared. Not long after his conversation with Yakushi, the exam began. The proctor of the first exam was Marino Ibiki, and he gave them a written test. He stared at the questions before him. Useless. All of them are questions which are useless for shinobi. The questions are not the exam. He discreetly scanned the people around him. Some people immediately wrote the answers as if they already knew the question. Not genin. He decided. Probably proctors. Information gathering. The only jutsu he had suited for information gathering was Kagebunshin. He raised his hand and asked to be escorted to the bathroom. When he arrived to the bathroom, he silently made 2 clones. The 2 clones immediately transformed into ants. After he left the bathroom, one of the clones followed behind him and the escort. The other moved to the grounds in front of the academy. When he sat down on his chair, a sound of screaming could be heard and the grounds in front of the academy exploded. When the proctor's and the genin's attention was caught by the scream and explosion, the clone entered the room, read the answer from one of the proctors and promptly dispelled itself. He met Marino Ibiki's eyes and stared blankly. Marino smirked. He began writing the answer. Not bad. Ibiki stared at the Uzumaki boy. It was impressive for a genin. It might not trick him, however he could not say the same for the Chunin proctors around him. When he met his eyes, he thought that the boy would flinch. The boy just stared blankly instead. The boy would certainly be an interesting ninja. Not long after the explosion, the proctors announced that the time was up. The 10th question would be announced. Naruto raised his eyebrow in interest. The eyebrow raised higher when he heard that those who failed to answer the 10th question could never take the exam again. He saw several genins began to panic because of the announcement. Illogical. Marino Ibiki does not have any right to forbid a genin from taking this exam again. He turned around to check his teammates' conditions. Sasuke looked confident. Sakura also seemed to be calm. He nodded at them as an attempt to reassure them. They nodded back. Is there anybody else who want to quit? He turned back to Marino. When there is no answer, he continued. Very well, all the genins here. Pass. Among the cries of shock and surprise from the other genins, Uzumaki Naruto gave a little smile to his teammates. They smiled back. Chapter 5 Chunin Exam 2. After the genins calmed down, Ibiki explained the meaning of the 10th question. The first 9 questions were made to test your information-gathering skills. The 10th question is the primary test for this part of Chunin exam. Seeing several genins with confused looks, he continued, the final question simulates a mission. When you are tasked a mission, you may or may not have any information. There are cases where your clients lied. There are cases where you are betrayed. However, as a shinobi you may not allow such fear hold you back. As a shinobi there is only one answer to the question. Take the mission. Those who take the mission deserve to be a chunin. At least in terms of mindset. Then Ibiki took off his bandana. When his head was fully exposed, the several genins gasped. Ibiki's heads were full of after effects of torture, slash marks, screws, and burns all over his head. To all of you candidates. Remember this, information is important. It is what decide a mission success or failure. Protect it with your lives. Ibiki put on the bandana again. Then he narrowed his eyes as a shadow smashed through the window. 2 kunais launched to the sides, revealing a banner. Second stage Proctor Mitarashi Enko. Yo brats. Don't look so happy just yet, a woman shouted, appearing in front of the banner. The genins blinked in confusion. Ibiki shook his head. Enko, bad timing. The woman, Enko, ignored him. She scanned the genins. 26 teams. Ibiki. You must be losing your touch. Ibiki smirked, there are several outstanding candidates this year. Oh well, anyway you brats. I am the great Mitarashi Enko. Oh God. Not another Kakashi. Your second proctor. And I will cut your numbers down at least to half, she declared with a smile. The genins were stunned by the bold declaration. At least half. A duel? Tournament? No, tournament stage is usually reserved for the final part of the exam. Closing one of his eye, Naruto decided to stop guessing about the exam and scan the leftover genins. The 4 I watched, here. The snake, here. Konoha genins this year, here. Strange creature, here. Follow me brats. His observation cut short, he looked at his teammates. They stood up and followed the proctor, to wherever the second stage is. That was what went through Uzumaki Naruto's head. And he was sure his teammates also have the same thought. A familiar forest. The same forest Kakashi took them to when he asked for a more intense training. The forest of death as the bastard scarecrow called it. For them, this is the forest of pain. The place where they suffered for 1 week under the damn Cyclops' watchful eye. I'm going to kill that scarecrow. Sasuke muttered as he looked at the forest with slight anxiety. Later, he told his teammates. We still need him. For now, Sasuke and Sakura nodded. Seeing the forest, their desire to kill, or at least maim, the scarecrow intensified. Welcome to the forest of death. Or as I call it, my playground. Naruto heard a genin made some mocking scared noise. He ignored the genin. They would soon learn to fear the forest. This is going to be hell, isn't it? Sakura asked sadly. Do you expect anything else? Sasuke asked back. No, and that is the sad thing, the pink-haired one answered. Let's just go to the tower as fast as possible, Naruto advised them. They nodded. The tower as they call it, is the only safe place in the forest. Safe from giant worms, giant bugs, poisonous swamp, poisonous plants and other unmentionables in the forest. Naruto was quite sure if the lurker at the threshold, he read from a book, appeared in the forest, it would be at home. I need you brats to sign this form. To declare us not responsible for your death. That's a familiar form. The damned scarecrow made us sign that too, didn't he? Sasuke asked. Yes he did, Naruto nodded. They signed the form without saying anything. Looking at the genins who signed the forms with a laugh. We won't see them again, right? Sakura asked. We won't. Uzumaki, what are you doing? Sasuke stared at his blonde teammate who shut his eyes while muttering something. Naruto opened his eyes, it is only polite to pray for the soon-to-be deceased. They nodded and joined him in his prayer, never noticing how other genins looked at them strangely. Later, they were given a heaven scroll and was tasked to find an earth scroll to finish the stage. The time limit is 5 days, but Naruto and his teammates knew that the faster they finished this stage, the safer they would be. Currently Team 7 of Konoha are moving like hell possessed through the forest. Move faster. Sasuke shouted. Go. 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 Sakura shrieked. It is getting nearer. Naruto calmly stated. Though for Sakura and Sasuke, they could sense slight tremor in his tone. It is their mortal enemy in the forest of death. It is a creature. A snake to be precise. The difference is, said snake have mouth and teeth. And the snake is large enough to eat a tree in forest of death in a single gulp. Naruto called it, NHGGR. They are quite glad it is NHGGR who attacked them though. At least they have yet to find Verfilner and Ratatosk. Last time they met those three at once. Let's just say that they are glad Itachi is a protective brother. Without the help of a Hokage, a former Hokage, and several high-level Jonin, they would not survive. Sandaime Hokage told them that when Shodaime Hokage made the Forest of Death, those creatures migrated to the forest. Naruto commented the irony of 3 creatures of Tree of Life would migrate to Forest of Death. Sandaime told him that it has something to do with that mad scientist Tobirama who thought that the squirrel is cute. By the way, for those who don't know Norse mythology, the squirrel is Radaskr, the Verfilner is an eagle. Sasuke, Sakura, go to the tower. I will stop this thing here, Naruto declared. No Naruto. That's a death flag. Sakura screamed. Don't worry Haruno. He won't die even if it kills him. Sasuke grabbed Sakura and they ran faster to the tower. Naruto watched them disappear deeper to the forest. Then he looked at the beast. He who knows when he can fight and when he cannot, will be victorious, Naruto quoted from a book he read. And it is clear that I will not win now. The NHGGR moved to eat him. The moment its jaw closed, Naruto exploded. Sasuke and Sakura stopped as they heard an explosion from the direction which they came from. Naruto. Sakura quietly watched as smoke rose from the forest. What are you doing behind us? That was a clone, Naruto stated. Let's go, Sakura sighed. The current Naruto is more human than the old one, but his jokes are rather unique. Haruno, let's go before Verfilner or Radaskr come. Sakura nodded and they continued their path to the tower. By the way, weren't they supposed to be contained? Deeper in the forest of death, Enko cursed. Who the hell released the beasts? She shouted at a group of sheepish-looking Jonins and Kakashi who kept reading his book. Well, I was about to lock them away, but my book caught fire so I panicked and let the seal go, Kakashi reported. That was my fault actually. Kurenai startled me and I accidentally dropped my cigarette, Asuma continued. You told me to stop him from smoking Anko. So I grabbed him, Kurenai informed her. Anko was about to shout but her voice was drowned by the sound of explosion. What was that? Kurenai asked, looking at the smoke. Judging from the chakra, that would be Naruto. Kakashi closed his book, clone explosion probably. It is his favorite technique to escape from the 3 monsters. How come a genin know about the monsters? Asuma asked, shocked. Well, funny story about that. Welcome to your new training grounds. The Forest of Death, HM. It seems that his cute little genins are a little skeptical about this forest. That won't do. That won't do at all. He ushered them into the forest. Unfortunately it seems that the great and cool Kakashi forgot one thing, and that is... Anko asked, let me continue. The new Ika Paradise came out today. Kakashi, fine. He forgot that the monsters are unchained that day. He just sent his cute little genins to a forest where those 3 monsters dwell. Of course he would not let them die. As fast as lightning he informed his findings to the Hokage. He could testify that he had never seen the Hokage move that fast. Not as fast as the great Kakashi of course. Kakashi. With his new party members, the hero Kakashi accepted the main quest. Main quest, save the genins. He and his party journeyed to the murky forest of death. Lo and behold, he saw his cute little genins working together to survive against the 3 dangerous beasts. He shed a tear, proud of how they managed to bond together just in a short while inside this forest. However, those monsters cannot be allowed to terrorize his genins anymore. He conveniently forgot that he was the cause of their trouble. The gallant Kakashi jumped to the fight and heroically saved his students from dangers. After that, he finally got his new Ika Paradise as the quest reward. Kakashi. Kurenai sounded empty. Wow, just wow. Asuma shook his head. Is that a tear Kakashi saw from his eye? Anko is speechless. Indeed. They must be stunned by the tale of heroic Kakashi. The Kakashi Quest XXI. Well, let's just seal them back, shall we? Kakashi asked with an eye smile. It must be Kakashi's fault, Sakura concluded. Yes, the scarecrows, Naruto agreed. Usually he would wait for some evidences before concluding something, however, he instinctively know that this must be the one-eyed bastard's fault. Hataki's, even Sasuke agreed. Somewhere, Kakashi felt a sudden urge to cry, brats! Surrender your scrolls, an Amigakure Genin demanded. Unfortunately, the Genin wore an eye patch covering one of his eye. Even more unfortunate is that his teammate wore a mask and have spiky hair. To add another insult to the injury, the last teammate of theirs read an Ika book while giggling. Hataki might not be here but... Sasuke began. Sakura cracked her knuckles. Close enough, Naruto jumped. The AIM team stood no chance. When they entered the tower, they were surprised to find another team there. The woman with blonde hair and black eyes that Naruto saw, a man with similar blonde hair and black eyes, and the last a man with tan skin, white hair and black eyes. They scanned each other. Kumogakure team. Sakura observed. Sasuke, Sakura, they are dangerous, but the woman is the most dangerous one. Be careful, Naruto advised. Understood. Sasuke knew that Naruto must have a reason to tell them that. Naruto is not the type to tell them anything unless he is sure about it. Naruto's mind flashed to the card Kabuto gave him. Jinchuriki. His mother is one. He knew better than most how dangerous they are. His mother told him stories about how when raged, she would lose consciousness and woke up finding the area destroyed. Nibby. He muttered. He saw the woman's eyes widen. Didn't expect such enhanced hearing. Could be dangerous. But could be useful. A plan forming in his head to fight the Nibby's Jinchuriki. Let us go, Sakura, Sasuke. Team 7 entered the tower, being watched by the Kumogakure team all the while. Naruto sat in the room provided for the candidates. Naruto looked up to see Sakura handing him a glass of water. We have 5 free days in here. The beasts, he asked. It would be troublesome if the beasts raged around while the exam progressed. Contained, Sensei told me when I saw him. Naruto gave a sigh of relief. He is here. Sakura nodded. I will talk to him. He stood and left the room. Just as he closed the door, he was greeted by the person he was looking for. Yo, Sensei. We need to talk. Naruto motioned him to follow. Kakashi grew serious. Anything that can make Naruto call him Sensei must be serious. Jinchuriki. From anything that Kakashi expected, this was not one of them. Which one? Kakashi asked. Kumogakure, blonde-haired woman, Nibby. Tsunade, red-haired boy, Ichibi. Takigakure, green-haired girl, Nanabai. Kirigakure, black-haired man, Rokubi, Naruto listed. How did you come across this information? Kakashi asked. When I saw them, I thought they felt familiar. It was probably because mother is one, so you can sense Jinchuriki. Kakashi asked for confirmation. Perhaps. I will inform Hokage-sama. How dangerous are they? Unknown. Nibby's Jinchuriki is at least low Jonin. Can you subdue her? Kakashi asked. I have some seals Jiraiya gave me. If they use their Biju, I can stop them. Naruto's eyes answered the rest. But you may not survive. Possible. We should call Jiraiya. Naruto said nothing, already knowing that it is the inevitable result of their conversation. Side story. NHGGR, Verfulner and Ratatoskr. After no Hagakure was built, Senju Hashirama brought Senju Tobarama to the forest he had grown. Look Tobarama, beautiful is it not? Tobarama watched the forest in boredom, boring. There's no cool animal around. Can you bring some giant monsters around? Like a lizard that can breathe fire or a giant bird of prey. Hashirama laughed, used with his brother's eccentric self. Why don't you find some? You can bring them here if you want, Hashirama told him. He regretted it when he saw Tobarama's eyes glowing. Really? However, as an older brother, he must act like a man. Yes, you can bring anything here. I promise. All right. 6 months later, Hashirama regretted his promise. Where did you find a squirrel this big? Hashirama asked, looking at the giant creature in front of him. It was on the big tree overseas. It seemed lonely, so I brought it here. You promised, right? Tobirama asked like a child. Hashirama wished he could scream to his brother and demanded what insanity spawned him. However, he realized that this brother of his is the mad scientist who created a resurrection jutsu just because his pet cat died. That jutsu would later be found and used as a tool of war, while that cat would later be found and named Tora. Fine. Just make sure it does not harm anyone. With that said, Tobirama placed the squirrel into the forest. Some years after that, the population of the forest grew larger with additional large snake and large eagle. To this day, no one but the Senjin know where they came from. Side story: Kakashi Quest XXI. The hero Kakashi was given a dangerous quest, to defeat the raging monsters inside the forest of death. To survive this dangerous task, the hero Kakashi made a party. The party is consisted of the smoker Asuma, smoker, the bondage mistress Kurinai, its genjutsu mistress, the snake charmer Anko, not bad, and that man who have survived hundreds missions, that man who lived within the hearts of many women, that man who is very kind and caring towards his cute little students, the great and badass, Kakashi the hero. Together with his servants, Kakashi the hero moved through the deep forest, their eyes seeking the targets. Suddenly he sensed a disturbance at the force. It is as if a group of Amigakure genin suddenly screamed in terror and were silenced. However, slaying, sealing, the foul beasts is his main mission. The subquests could wait until later. They are here. As his party faced the terrible three, Kakashi thought about how proud his students will be when they knew how heroic he looked now. In another part of the forest, Sasuke, Sakura and Naruto sneezed. They blamed Kakashi. Chapter 6 Chunin Exam, 3. The 5 days passed without any trouble. Now the surviving team stood before the Hokage and several jonins. His eyes narrowed when he saw the Kumogakure jonin. A bull. Naruto's eyes narrowed even further when he saw Jiraiya standing at the back. Naruto checked the teams. Konohagakure, Team 7, Team 8, Team 10, Team Gai, Kakashi told him to call them that. Team Kabuto, Tsunade, Team Ichibi, Kumogakure, Team Nibi, Kirigakure, Team Rokubi, Takigakure, Team Nanabai, Otogakure, Team Oto. 10 teams, 30 genins. The last stage of Chunin exam is usually a tournament. There are too many. I would like to congratulate you for passing the second test, Itachi stated. When he spoke, Naruto could see how he became a Hokage. He was completely different from how he usually spoke with Team 7. However, before we move on, I would like to inform all of you the purpose of this exam. This exam is the answer to the attempted peace of Shinobi lands. This exam's purpose is to replace war. Itachi scanned the genins. Tell me, how do the clients know which village is the best? The genins did not answer. The answer is through a display of strength. This exam is one of them. A stage to display the strength of next generation members of each village. Those of you who stood here before me possess potential. Potential to help your villages grow. By showing your skills to the leaders, to the people, the fame of your village will grow and therefore, the wealth will also grow. This is the battle for your village. And therefore, your lives will be at stake. In this exam, while killing is not encouraged, killing is allowed. The genins looked at each other. Naruto thought about the words. Basically, instead of proving their superiority in wars, the villages prove their superiority through contests. This contest is one of them. That explained why the old Chunin test was replaced by this. Long ago the last test was to bring the 4-leaf red clover from Akagahara. But now, it was changed into tournament. A tournament of death. And now, I would like to inform you that you may not rest just yet. The genins snapped to attention hearing that. Some of them looked outraged. There are too many of you. We will cut down the numbers by entering preliminary stage. The Jonin Gecko Heiate will explain. A pale sickly man moved to the front. Thank you Hokage-sama. Now before we begin, is there any of you who want to quit? Heiate asked. 2 members of Taki team and Kiri team raised their hands. The vessels teams. Interesting. 26 left. Hearing no more answer, Heiate nodded. Very well then. He coughed. The preliminary stage is a one-on-one battle. If you would like to surrender, you may. We would like to avoid needless death. The board behind him began to move. That board will decide the first two fighters. All the genins looked at the board. Immediately the current batch of Konoha genins gasped. Uzumaki Naruto vs Inuzuka Kiba. Naruto stood at the ring calmly, waiting for the Inuzuka. The Inuzuka in question is currently talking with his sensei. Kiba-kun, it might be better for you to forfeit. Kurenai advised her student. She knew what happened in the academy. She is worried that Kiba might not be able to handle the emotional strain of facing the Uzumaki again. Sensei! I can do this! Kiba shouted. Since he saw Naruto again, still with the same blank face he had in the academy, his desire to get even increased. Especially when he remembered his friends who can no longer become a ninja thanks to the blonde-haired bastard. Naruto watched as Kiba jumped to the arena, Akamaru besides him. This time I'll beat you. Kiba declared. Naruto stared at the boy blankly for a while. He thought about his plan to face the Inuzuka. He need a way to win quickly and he have to win without revealing his fighting style. He found what he need. He smiled. When Sasuke, Sakura and Kakashi saw the smile they muttered a quick prayer for the Inuzuka. Kakashi also thanked whoever watching over him for the easy money he is about to get. Kiba might need some help after this, Sakura commented. What do you mean Sakura? Ino asked her. Uzumaki never fight directly. He preferred to play mind games in a fight. When we fought an enemy shinobi once, he spent the entire battle mocking him and after some time, cast several genjutsu and beat the shinobi, Sasuke stated. Isn't that his fighting style? Shikamaru asked. No, this time, it was Kakashi who answered. Naruto always fight with genjutsu and mind games. He admitted that his genjutsu is weak compared to his ninjutsu and taijutsu. He could be lying about that, Choji pointed out. Maybe. Start. Kiba-kun, do you actually believe you can defeat me? Naruto asked mockingly. Kiba was stunned. He did not expect Naruto to mock him, he thought the boy would simply stare at him and fight. Really? You did? That's foolish, idiotic. How about I turn you into a cripple this time, Kiba-kun? Just like your friends, who were their names again? I can't seem to remember, I don't make it a habit to remember trash's names. Kiba saw red. How dare this bastard mock his friends? Akamaru, the dog jumped. Giju Ninpo, Shikyaku no Jutsu. Imitation beast ninja art, for legs technique. Kiba's look turned feral, he growled. Giju Ninpo, Jujin Bunshin. Imitation beast ninja art, beast human clone. Akamaru transformed into Kiba and followed its master's lead. Naruto watched them, his visage turned back to his usual blank look. If my guess is correct then the next would be, Getsuga. Fong passing Fong, Kiba and Akamaru leaped, they spun and created drills resembling tornadoes which moved in high speed towards Naruto. Naruto heard Sakura call his name in worry. He felt a bit insulted that she believed he would be harmed by the predictable technique. He moved just as the drill crushed the place where he stood. He took out a kunai. Just as two shadows rose from behind the smoke, he dashed and struck one of them with the blunt end of his kunai. Then he retreated just as the other Inuzuka tried to attack him. That was the real one, he stated. And indeed it was, the Inuzuka who tried to attack him transformed back into Akamaru and moved besides its master protectively. Winner, Uzumaki Naruto. Heiei declared. That was fast Naruto, Kakashi commented as Naruto stood beside his team. Inuzuka Kiba was predictable. Getsuga and most other Inuzuka's techniques required a preparation to avoid being unbalanced after the attack. In his rage, he has forgotten that. He attacked blindly and lost his balance. Akamaru, who is a dog, managed to regain its balance but Kiba did not. Naruto watched as Kiba was taken by his sensei to the spectators area. That is how you know which one to attack and then end the match instantly, Sasuke concluded. Indeed, you didn't hurt him too bad, did you? Sakura asked him. No, there was no need. While I will not apologize for crippling his friends, I have no interest in old grudge. He harmed what is mine, I harmed what is his. That is it. Naruto closed his eyes. That's so like you, Naruto, Kakashi cheerfully commented. Naruto said nothing. There's the next match, Sasuke stated as he saw the board stop shuffling. Aburame Shino vs Nara Shikamaru. The two Konoha genins took their position. Start. The match began and Shikamaru threw several kunais which were deflected by the Aburame. They stopped and looked at each other. After a tense silence, Shino raised his hand. I forfeit, Shino stated. Why, you ask? Because it is clear that in a battle against Nara within an enclosed space as this arena is a disadvantage. In addition, as Shikamaru-san have finished preparing his trap using the kunais he threw. It is because by using that kunais, he could prepare many shadows within his territory which will end in my defeat. Troublesome, was all Shikamaru said. Amusing, Naruto commented. Rather than amusing, more like boring, Sakura shook her head and sighed. That is not true. Aburame made a good point. When fighting against a Nara in a room, it is best to win as fast as possible. They are able to control anything within their shadows. And in turn, Nara needs to win before Aburame placed his bugs on him. The strange thing here is that the Aburame did not use his bugs. Naruto closed his eyes again. Probably because of the Jinchuriki. The bugs are panicking. Especially because of Nanabai. Quite an unfair situation for the Aburame. However, this is a good lesson. Aburame clan is not effective against a Jinchuriki. Uchiha Sasuke vs Akimichi Choji. The fighters moved to their respective positions. The Akimichi seemed to be determined. Probably bribed by foods. Start. Now, Uchiha Sasuke admit that he is not a fan of mind games like his certain teammate. However, he accepted that sometimes taunting your enemies may help in a battle. And faced with an enemy with easy berserk button as this, Uchiha Sasuke see this as a great chance to test his teammate's tactic. Shall we begin Fat One? He asked, ominously. Mentally he winced, that one sounded bad even in his mind. No matter how bad it sounded, it worked. The Akimichi charged at him like a raging bull. He smirked. Meanwhile in the spectator area, Sensei, yes Naruto, is my desire to punch Uchiha normal? He asked expressionlessly. Is it because his bad taunt? Yes. Then it's normal. Understood. Sasuke shuddered, he felt someone's killing intent. It is fine. It's not like his teammates are angry at him or something. Now, the second thing he learned from his blonde teammate is to hide his fighting style. That means no jutsu. He smirked as a plan appeared in his head. Baika no jutsu. Nikuden Sensha. Multi-size technique, human bullet tank, the Akimichi, grew rounder and rolled at him. Sasuke wondered what will happen if the Akimichi is stabbed. Will air come out? And an evil idea spawned itself in the Uchiha's brain. When the Akimichi got close, he jumped. As expected, the Akimichi crashed into the wall. The round ninja spun around as if drunk. Sasuke dashed and kicked the boy up to the ceiling. He predicted the crash site and placed his hand in a tiger seal. He heard Sakura's gasp in surprise. He heard Kakashi's giggle. And he heard Naruto's growl. He is sure Kakashi will add that to Team 7's record. However, he has a mission. A mission he must do. His eyes glinted. Konohagakure Hiden Taijutsu Oji, Senin Goroshi. Konohagakure Hiden secret taijutsu technique, 1,000 years of death. He supposed the world stopped. At least that was what he felt. When the Akimichi went back to the sky with guts of wind, he felt victorious. Seeing Naruto's twitching face made it sweeter. Winner, Uchiha Sasuke. Even the referee was stunned by how he won the battle. I'll kill him. Naruto growled. You know it got serious when Naruto started to speak like that. Sakura shook her head with a smile. Now Naruto-kun, you can't blame Sasuke for wanting to be a cool shinobi like your sensei here. Kakashi said with an eye smile. Naruto felt a flashback of pain from his genin exam. He had never been humiliated like that before. Konohagakure Hiden Taijutsu Oji, Senin Goroshi. Just hearing the technique's name made him sick. He resolved himself to kill or at least maim the smug Uchiha. In his rage, Uzumaki Naruto forgot that he is in public. And so, when the Uchiha came back to the team, he jumped at the boy. Said boy smirked and countered him. They brawled. Die. Uchiha, you first Uzumaki. No techniques or skills, just a brawl between two kids. Naruto, Sasuke, we are still in the exam, Sakura told the boys. They froze. They stood beside each other trying to look as professional as possible. Well, at least if the brawl is forgotten they would look professional. In his place, Itachi smiled. He is glad Sasuke have found good friends. It seems his decision to place them together is not a mistake after all. He saw Kakashi giggling while reading his book. Then again, with a sensei like that, he doubted. Yamanaka Ino vs Temari. This will be boring. Naruto instantly concluded. Though, the information of the girl's techniques may help him in the final. His eyes met with his godfather's and he nodded. Naruto made a shadow clone and wordlessly left the place. Why are you here? Naruto asked Jiraiya. The man had left Konoha to take care of his spy network. Why would he suddenly appear? I heard that you're entering the exam. I want to see how strong you have become, Jiraiya answered with a grin. And the main reason, he doubted the man would leave his spy network just for that. The spy network is essential for the village, he cannot leave them just because of his filial obligations. Why don't you try to guess? Think of it as a training. Naruto closed his eyes and began to think. Jiraiya's presence in Konoha meant that there is an important event. Something that will need his presence. The only event in Konoha now was the exam. However, Jiraiya has never came to other exams before. He would have at least visited their place if he was at Konoha. Of course there is a chance that Jiraiya did not visit them and he is always here at the exam, but Naruto doubted it. Is there anything special in this exam? The answer is clear. Jinchuriki. It was obvious. 5 of them, 6 if you include his mother, were here at the same time. The Jinchuriki's identities were one of the best kept secret in a village. For them to be here at the same time is troubling. Why would the villages send their vessels here? To increase the village's reputation? To show Konoha their strength? Invasion, Jiraiya stated, his face serious. This one statement made Naruto's eyes widen as his mind furiously tried to imagine the destruction caused by 5 Jinchurikis attacking at the same time. We suspected this a month ago. We immediately made alliance with Kumogakure to prepare for the possible invasion. Hearing your report to Kakashi confirmed it, Jiraiya's eyes met Naruto. Kumo might be our ally, however, do not let your guard down. Understood, Naruto nodded. Jiraiya stared at Naruto. There is more, isn't it? Is there anything you want to tell me? Will mother join the war? Naruto asked despite knowing the answer. She is a Jinchuriki. Naruto's eyes narrowed. Train me, what? Jiraiya's serious face fell, revealing his surprise. Naruto had never asked training from him. Not even once. Usually it would be him who is dragging Naruto to train. Teach me seals. Teach me techniques. Teach me how to fight a Jinchuriki. His eyes glowed with determination. You want to defeat them so your mother doesn't need to fight. Naruto nodded. No, Jiraiya's reply was short and clear. Why not? The boy asked, his voice rising. If you fight a Jinchuriki, you will die. Jiraiya's voice is even. As if he is merely stating a fact. Then teach me to survive. Naruto shouted, his chakra rising. His mind showed the images of his mother's possible deaths, making him even more angry. No, I am strong enough. I will prove it to you if I have to. Naruto's voice became cold as his chakra rose even further. Jiraiya sighed. Kage Bunshin, shadow clone, Naruto stated. As his hand moved into a cross position, the special clone seal. 2 Naruto clones appeared with an explosion of smokes beside him. Jiraiya just stood there. The clones moved to Jiraiya's position and began attacking him with punches and kicks. Jiraiya avoided them without taking his eyes from the original Naruto. Naruto did not move an inch and Jiraiya shook his head. Kid, are you going to stand there forever? The Naruto made several hand signs and then took a deep breath. Futon, Detapa. Wind release, great breakthrough. A gust of wind moved in high speed to the Sanin's direction. Jiraiya jumped up to the tree and evaded the technique. He saw Naruto's 2 clones following him. He shifted his eyes to the Naruto who just used the wind jutsu. The Naruto exploded into smoke and Jiraiya's eyes widened. Rasengan. Naruto suddenly appeared behind Jiraiya and shoved the spiraling ball of chakra to the man's back. The Jiraiya struck by him also exploded into smoke. Naruto stopped in shock. Then he was struck from behind and he knew no more. Naruto woke up and saw the blue sky. I lost, he whispered. That was pathetic, Jiraiya commented, standing near the boy. Yes, It was. I lost control of my emotion and attacked without thinking. I should have noticed that I am fighting a clone. No, not only that. I read the report from Kakashi about your progress. You are at most mid-chunin, Jiraiya informed him. I thought you would be low jonin by now. Naruto averted his eyes in shame. He thought he was stronger than that. He grew overconfident. Fighting against Zabuza and Haku and surviving made him believe that he would be able to match a jonin by now. He should have known. In that battle, Kakashi was the one who fought Zabuza and Haku was outnumbered by Sasuke and him. Even in that situation, he nearly died. It was thanks to Sasuke's Sharingan they managed to survive. He was foolish. I suppose you have learned your lesson. After the preliminary is over, meet me at the training ground near your house. Jiraiya began to walk away. Yes, Jiraiya-sama. Naruto laid there and blankly stared at the sky. Jiraiya thought he would be stronger than this. When he joined Team 7, how strong was he? High Genin. Low Chunin. How barely grew stronger in that time. Strange. He trained as usual. Why is he not growing stronger? He acknowledged that his body have grown. So did his repertoire of jutsu. So why? In contrast to him, Sasuke and Sakura grew fast. Sasuke, who he was able to defeat with minimal effort, now matched him. Sakura, who was barely a genin, managed to reach high genin level. Why? Uzumaki. Naruto laid there and think. When Naruto returned to the preliminary area, he stared at the board. Rock Lee vs. Sure. He saw the boy he met before jumping to the arena. So his name is Rock Lee. He watched the opponent. A shinobi from Kumogakure. Just by his mannerism, he knew it. Strong. Rock Lee will lose this match. That was the conclusion Uzumaki Naruto reached. He began to examine the memory his clone left him. Temari, the Suna Kunoichi, won the battle. She is a wind user. As expected from Tsunade. Her wind would be dangerous. It would be better to fight in a close range. Gaara, the Ichibi Jinchuriki, won against Kabuto. Though he doubted the snake showed his real power. Used sand. He need to learn water jutsu to fight the boy. Yujito, the Nibi Jinchuriki, won against Tsurugi. A member of Kabuto's team. She used fire jutsu, but he doubted that is the extent of her power. An unknown. Darui, from Kumogakure, won against Tenten, a kunoichi from Konoha. He used lightning jutsu. He seemed to be as strong as his teammates. Winning against them is impossible as he is now. Yoroi, from Team Snake, won against Dosu from Oto. He used chakra absorption technique. Not a problem for an Uzumaki. Hyuga Niji, the fabled strongest genin of Konoha, genius of Hyuga clan, won against Kankuro of Ichibi's team. As expected from Hyuga, he used Juken. Ranged battle would be the best. Utakata, Rokubi Jinchuriki, won against Zaku from Oto. He used bubbles. Another unknown. Fu, Nanabai Jinchuriki, won against Kin from Oto. She used techniques to blind everyone in the area and defeated her with unknown method. Yet another unknown. Note, need sunglasses against her. Now, the only people left are Sakura and Hyuga Hinata. Might as well watch this match. Might be useful. When Naruto saw the match, he sighed. Rock Lee was battered while Sure seemed to be just fine with no damage at all. Give up, kid. You need more experience before taking me on, the blonde Kumogakure shinobi advised. Naruto agreed. This sure is one of the planted shinobi formed Kumogakure, no doubt for the invasion. It is impossible for a genin to fight him. I won't give up. I'll prove to the world that I can be strong. Even without ninjutsu or genjutsu. Without ninjutsu or genjutsu. Naruto muttered in shock. Indeed, youthful Naruto-kun, a loud voice shouted beside him. Naruto turned and went into defensive position. He saw the man he met with Lee. I am Mado Guy, the sublime green beast and Lee's sensei. Naruto relaxed. It seemed that this man did not mean any harm. He decided to ask his question. What does Lee mean? Without ninjutsu or genjutsu? Naruto asked. It sounded illogical in his head. They are shinobi, they have to use all tools in their disposal. Why would someone want to handicap themselves? You see Naruto-kun, Guy grew serious. Lee was born with severe disadvantage. He has no talent in ninjutsu or genjutsu. Because of that, he was ridiculed and mocked by his peers. Then his eyes burned, however. Lee never gave up. He swore to become stronger and prove to the world that he could become excellent shinobi by hard work and taijutsu alone. Then he gave a thumbs up and grinned, showing his white teeth which shone brightly. Naruto stared at the man in surprise. Unable to use ninjutsu and genjutsu. Become an excellent shinobi through hard work and taijutsu alone. It sounded impossible. However, this man and the boy seemed to be good people even with their eccentrics. He would not insult their impossible dream. You are doubting Lee, Naruto-kun? Guy asked with a small frown. My apologies, Mato-san. However, I could not imagine fighting without any ninjutsu or genjutsu. It sounded impossible to me. I meant no offense to you or Roxanne, Naruto answered. It is fine, Naruto-kun. You just spoke what you believed in. You should not apologize for that. Watch, Lee will win this battle, and then you will see how hard work can surpass even those known as geniuses. Naruto said nothing and he just watched the battle. Lee is being beaten by Sure. He had to admit that Lee is fast, even faster than him, but Sure is clearly not a genin. Lee! Guy shouted. Lee turned his face to his sensei while panting. Naruto doubted he could stand anymore. Take them off. Show the world the result of your hard work. Guy gave what Naruto would know as nice guy pose. Grinning, showing his teeth and giving a thumbs up. Lee grinned, the same grin Guy have. And gave Guy the same thumbs up. Yes. Guy-sensei. Lee took off the something from his ankles. Wait. Naruto asked Guy. He is familiar with that method of training. He trained the same way, but what would it do? He do not believe that removing some weights would help. Watch Naruto-kun, Lee's hard work. Naruto returned his eyes to the match. The ground shook. What? Naruto stared blankly at the places where Lee dropped his weights. There were craters. Impossible. Naruto doubted he would be able to move even tenth of Lee's speed wearing those kind of weights. It showed him the clear difference between the boy and himself. After that, Lee disappeared. At least that is what Naruto saw. He could not see the boy's movement. He just saw Sure being beaten without being able to fight back. Naruto could see blur of green striking Sure and then the blur disappeared. By the time Lee stopped, Sure fell and Lee was declared victorious. Unbelievable. Naruto muttered. Did you see Naruto-kun? That is the result of all his pain. The result of all his hard work. Naruto nodded. His face still reflected his surprise. The boy is strong, not only because of his strength now, but also because he was able to do all this without ninjutsu or genjutsu. He saw Jiraiya waving at him. He met the man's eyes and the man grinned. And then Naruto understood. The reason of his slow growth. The reason of his weakness. He forgot his goal. To surpass his father. He trained simply because he did. He had no motivation. He had no drive. But now, surpassing his father does not interest him. He met friends who saw him as Uzumaki Naruto instead of Namake's Minato's son. So, why did he train? Why should he keep fighting? What is his purpose? Haruno Sakura vs Hyuga Hinata. Naruto watched. Her savior is watching her. She saw the girl who dared to be placed in the same team as him. She restrained her anger. She would show her. She would break her. When the referee gave the signal to start, Hyuga Hinata smiled. Everyone in the area stared in shock. Well, almost everyone. Gaara's face showed nothing. Most of the foreign ninjas did not expect this level of brutality from Konoha. The Konoha ninjas did not expect the sight before them. The quiet Hyuga heiress beat her opponent with precision and swiftness that would made any Chunin green in envy. First, when Haruno Sakura tried to greet her, she smiled and greeted back. Then she moved closer saying that she did not want to battle another Konoha ninja. When the girl let her guard down, she struck. Yuhi Kurenai knew that Hinata had been different since Kumogakure tried to kidnap her, but she was not expecting this. Haruno Sakura is currently being attacked without stopping, and all people could do is watch in shock. That is except two. Hinata felt her face transforming into a grin, just a little more. She could see the girl body becoming weaker and weaker. Just one more strike from her and the girl would die, and then he would praise her. She moved. Haruno Sakura learnt what it meant to be a kunoichi when she was in Nami. She saw how Naruto killed and how shaken he was. She knew that one day she would have to do the same thing. However, she did not expect her former classmates' betrayal. She tried to win the battle without harming the girl, thinking that she could speak with her. But now, she cannot feel her chakra, her legs shaking to withstand her weight. She cannot move her hands. She moved her eyes to her opponent. She saw Hinata grinning. She closed her eyes and prepared to face her death. It happened in an instant. When everyone snapped out of their shock, they saw an amazing sight. Uchiha Sasuke carrying his female teammate in the famed Princess Carry, and Uzumaki Naruto stopping the Juken strike of Hyuga Hinata using his hand. "This battle is over," Naruto stated. "You have won. There is no reason to prolong this battle." The Hyuga relaxed, as if she is in bliss. Her savior declared her as the winner. She could feel her body heating up. Naruto watched the Hyuga as Sasuke gave Sakura to the medical team. This Hyuga is dangerous. If he and Sasuke were late even for a second, Sakura would die. When Sakura nearly died, his body moved himself to stop it. This is similar to what happened in Nami. Then his mind flashed to what Sasuke muttered on their return trip from Nami. When a person has something important they want to protect, that's when they can become truly strong. Naruto looked at him in confusion when he heard that. But now, Naruto saw the medic moving in hurry to save his teammate. Naruto saw how Sasuke shook in rage as he stared at the Hyuga. When a person has something important they want to protect, that's when they can become truly strong. Naruto stared at his hands. He realized his hand had been clenching since a while ago. Uzumaki Naruto stared. His mind flashed to the time he spent with his teammates, with his sensei, with his friends. Uzumaki Naruto's eyes shone with a new determination. It seems that he had a purpose after all. Uchiha Sasuke did not know what just happened. When he met Haruno Sakura, he believed that she was a fangirl. When he met Uzumaki Naruto, he hated him. But after they spent their time together as Team 7, they became close. They are his friends. He remembered what Haku told him. When a person has something important they want to protect, that's when they can become truly strong. He believed it, because she said it with so much conviction. And now, he saved his friend from death. He realized, from his time with Team 7, surpassing Itachi is not his goal anymore. He have a new goal now. When Jiraiya and Itachi saw what Team 7 did, they smiled in pride. Itachi knew that his brother had become a good man, a shinobi he and his clan could be proud of. Jiraiya realized that Naruto have learned what is strength, what it means to be strong. Hyuga. Hinata's head turned to her savior. "If you try to kill Sakura again, clan heir or not, you will die," Sasuke warned. "I will not allow our friends to be harmed by anyone." "Neither will Sasuke," Naruto stated. "We will fight to protect our precious people." Sasuke smirked when he heard Naruto saying that. He continued Naruto words, "Because when we fight for something we want to protect, we will become strong. That is our nindo. Our ninja way," Naruto ended. Hearing their words, Kakashi smiled behind his mask. One of his few true smiles since Minato's death. "Obito, Rin, Sensei, you would be proud."